too. Hold on. Yeah. Jennifer, you're at the top of my list. I don't know if you're there. Oh, go ahead, Tara.
Hi, everybody. Hi again, Ryan. I'm the owner and operator of Articulate Tea. I do public speaking, personal and professional development for entrepreneurs, freelancers, and the likes. And I've been established since May of 2019. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on with this grant.
Solid. You want to pick somebody to go next?
Sure. Jamoke? I think that's how you say it. Sorry if I butchered.
No, that's okay. Hi, my name is Jumoke Oni. Most of my friends call me Jumi. I'm an accountant, and I moved onto the online space, providing virtual bookkeeping for small businesses. And I started that in January of this year. But prior to that, I was more in the tax space. So I am looking forward to what this grant has to offer, especially as I am going into new territory right now. And I'm based in Saskatchewan.
Oh, nice. Welcome.
Okay, I'll go next, Ryan. It's Jennifer. Hi, my name is Jennifer Whittier Haswe. I'm also an accountant and a financial advisor. And I am looking for, I've been doing both of those businesses for the accounting has been 32 years and the financial services 29 years. And I'm looking for information to assist my clients mainly. And if, there's an opportunity for myself also, because I can definitely do some expanding, maybe hire someone else and so on. That would be great. So here I am to get some more information and guidance so that I may pass it on. Thank you.
Ryan, you're on mute.
And I was saying Paul, so that's
yeah. Oh, really? I can read lips.
I was like, Paul Gabay, you're up next.
Yes. Thank you. I'm gonna probably go off camera after just to do some things in the background. But my name's Paul Gabay. I sell commercial fitness equipment, both for home use and commercial settings. I also am a personal trainer and group fitness instructor, casually. But I'm here to find ways to help grow my business and learn more about the grant process. So I'm happy to learn about what everyone else on this call does as well. So I think it's a great opportunity to send my network. So thanks for having me.
Excellent. You want to pick someone else to go next?
Leslie Harper.
Oh, thank you, Paul. Yes, I'm Leslie Harper. I own Niagara Bound Tours and have for the past 17 years. It's a Black History tour company here in the Niagara region. And I want to expand it, but of course there's all kinds of rules and regs and red tape and so on with expenses involved that it's difficult to do. Plus then once I get all that in order, then I'm going to need some marketing dollars. And just as a little FYI, I finished my business income tax just the other day. And since the government likes numbers, I'm going to share this one with them. My net profit margin was down 698% between 2019 and 2020. So that's why I'm here today, to see if this grant would fit in with what I want to do moving forward.
Did you apply for the Ontario Small Business Grant?
Oh, yes. And I got one of them. But
Okay.
the other one, they keep sending me a letter every week saying you've been processed and approved, but it hasn't shown up in my account yet. So I'm still waiting for it.
Supposed to double, right?
Yes.
The second pay. Oh man. And
Yes,
it's like you call to get
it.
It
I know. I got one on Monday saying it's been processed and I'll be receiving it. So if I don't get it by Friday, I'll start calling people again.
Yeah.
You know,
you want to pick someone to go next?
How about I was a couple of minutes late. So Carrington.
Yeah.
You know why I picked you? Because there's a man I know in Washington, D.C. He shares the same last name as you. I think his name's Bernard. He's a hotel manager there.
I love it. And I consider my first name and my last name one.
You consider it what?
I say it as one word, Karen Carrington. So when you said Karen, I didn't click in, so my bad.
Well, I wanted to make sure I said it was the right last name. Sorry.
And it's about you right now. I want to say thank you for sharing what you shared. It's so good. Like Ryan, thanks for allowing us to share what we do. I find it so interesting, Jennifer and everyone, what they do. So this is not only learning about like grants, but what Leslie was saying, what people do. So thank you for this opportunity, Ryan, for two things. And about me now is I'm a talk show host and I help entrepreneurs who have stories. I'm also a personal development trainer, certified. I help guests, which are really my clients, curate their stories that need confidence to go online. And now with businesses pivoting online, they don't know how to do that. So I help them tell their story in a way where it's sellable. I have a large network and I help them know how to have an online presence and be able to say their story with confidence. So what I need for this grant is I obviously am able to go virtual. But I did start in studio and my goal is to get back in studio. So I would need funds for that.
All right, excellent. Who are you gonna pick? Oh wait, you're on mute.
I'm going to pick Conrad.
Hey, thanks, Karen. Appreciate it. And again, thanks, Ryan. My name is Conrad. I'm the co-founder of CBJ International Trading Corp. It is a minority-based promotional company for the promotional market and for retail. Right now, we're in the building process. We're in Staples US and Staples Canada, and we're talking to Fortune 500 companies at the moment. And so I'm here to kind of, as Leslie said before, is grow my business, marketing and stuff like that, but also kind of get my name out there, talk to people and find out what's happening, what's working for them, what's not working for them, and share my knowledge and put my ego in my back pocket and ask for help and just kind of build relationships. But we are looking to be the #1 minority supplier promotional market segment in the US and Canada. That's my elevator pitch.
Love it.
Right. So I will pick Jennifer. Jennifer Whitner.
Oh, I think Jennifer did.
Did?
I
Okay,
already went from
okay, then Donna Gardner. Donna Gardner.
Excellent.
There you go. Thanks, guys.
All right, Donna, are you there? Or up next, you could have Janice Bartley.
Hi, Ryan.
Good to see you.
Good to see.
I
Yes,
hear you.
and yeah, great to see everyone else and hear their stories. My name is Janice Bartley. I am the founder of Foodpreneur Lab, and our organization supports BIPOC women that are looking to enter the food space from launch and scale up. I am here to hear what's going on with the application and also to amplify the message to my clients who are always seeking funding and opportunities where they can acquire financial support to support their businesses. So thank you. And I am off camera because I am working in the background as well. So I apologize and thank you.
Yeah, and for those, no need to apologize about being off camera. Again, I typically have like 3 Zooms happening at once and you're just listening in, but if this will be recorded, it is being recorded. So if you're doing things in the background and miss anything, you'll have the recording to jump into after. And so, Janice, who are you going to pick? I'll have you pick another foodie.
I am going to pick Stella.
All right, Stella, are you there? Or Sean Liburd?
She's on mute, that's why.
Oh, is she talking?
Oh,
Stella.
hello. Hi.
You're on mute. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, hi. My name is Stella Olumati. I'm in the healthcare aid business. I'm a personal support care worker. I'm based in Toronto. The name of my business is Star Support and Hospitality. It's registered already with a business number. It's mainly about, the company is about performing housekeeping services, including providing care and companionship for individuals and families during incapacitation, covalence of and family disruption. And so I'm looking into finding more about the grants and more information and support and more information about the business and how to implement it. And I would appreciate it if you tell me more and I learn more about it.
Awesome. Pleasure to have you. And I guess, Sean, I had picked you next, so you can go ahead.
Hey, Ryan. Hi, everyone. I'm Sean Liburd from Knowledge Bookstore. Knowledge Bookstore is an African-centered bookstore and a cultural hub, right? And I'm here today just to gather as much information as I can about grants for myself and anyone else that I know that's interested.
Perfect. And I know I'm loving just learning about who's on the call. We can't jump right into it unless does anybody else want to share? Because if there are other people that want to talk about their business, please use this time to just either put up your hand or unmute so that I don't skip anybody that actually does want to share their business. So is there anybody else?
Hi, I will. My name is Manel. I'm struggling. You can see me here. There we go. I'll do it like this. So hi, my name is Manel. I am the founder of a virtual co-working space called RPAC. It helps you if you're struggling to get focused work done, and then you get to move on and enjoy the rest of your day. It's a new industry. It is tech-based. So I'm trying to, if this grant money could help me in continuing to build out my site into phase 2 and some money for marketing, that would be fantastic. That's it. I'm Manel and I'm done.
Awesome. And with everyone's permission, I would love to take this section and put it on our Instagram so people know about your business. So if you're open to that, put your website or Instagram handle into the chat and we will share what you do with our network as well. And just before I jump in, is there anyone else? Melloney, good to see you. Is there anybody else that wanted to share their business? Actually, Melloney, can you tell the participants about what you do with Startup Canada or Startup Peel?
Sure. Thanks, Ryan. I was going to keep quiet, but so what I do is I run, it's a volunteer-led community in the region of Peel. So I also represent Startup Canada to help entrepreneurs, small businesses of all sizes, whether they're starting out a business, seeking to scale the business, even to grow internationally. We basically put on events, facilitate programs, and we work with partners like Ryan here to help you find whether it's funding, mentorship, competitions, and a competition that's on right now, I think many of you should apply for. I've been trying to get more Black founders to apply, is the Entrepreneurship World Cup Challenge that I've posted on LinkedIn and our other channels as well. So Ryan, I can send that to you. You can share it as well with anyone that's in the group. So I'd love to see more companies participate this year. And quick note about that, over the last 2 years, Canada has taken first, second, and third place. And Canadian founders have taken home over $1 million US in prizing. So I'd love for you guys to get in there and, get some of this money. That's it.
Love that. And again, everybody, please share your websites in the chat. We will share it with the participants and also try and post it on our Instagram channel. But going forward, and again, Melloney, I wanted you to touch on that because there are so many resources out there right now. But where we focus on when we do these Wednesday sessions is where is the money, and especially where are the grants? Because for for-profit companies, typically it's more difficult to find grants to support your business. we do have the different loan programs and I mean, traditional loans through banks as well, getting prepared for that with your business plan and cash flow projections, but also now Black Entrepreneurship Loan Fund and also different microloan programs, such as the one that ACBN does, and also investment readiness programs that Empowered Forex does around getting your angel investment and VC type investment ready. So today is specifically about a new program that was launched by the the DMZ. So the Ryerson DMZ that is powered by American Express. So let me actually share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about. All right. So American Express, and actually you'll see that ACBN was somewhat involved in this program. Although I wasn't impressed that they called it BIPOC. I thought it should be Black and Indigenous, but so have you. So it's already done. Oh, where's my my screen? Sorry.
Is it for everyone, Ryan? Is that miscommunication, or is it just the way you preferred they worded it?
So it is BIPOC, so Black, Indigenous, and people of color, as you'll see. So they are partnering with DMZ to create a mentoring program and also giving $10,000 as a grant to 100 entrepreneurs. And what makes it, because it is going to be competitive because it is across Canada. So keep that in mind. I'm curious to see how many applications they actually get. But for the 100 that are selected for the mentoring, all 100 are going to get $10,000 as a grant. And again, you're going to get mentoring through the DMZ. But really, what I want people to take away from this program is all the questions that they're going to be asking in this application. You want to have these saved somewhere, because anytime that you're going for either funding or to pitch your business, these are the questions that you're going to need to know off by heart or put into a pitch deck and then be able to pitch for investment or even just pitch to different funding bodies. So really quickly, I want to touch on if you get into the blueprint, participants get access to 15 weeks of curated mentorship, training program. This is delivered virtually. And then they have a community network. So all 100 participants would be connected so that, they're in their small group training and social events. Also, the online resources and learning materials designed to support BIPOC small business community. And then you would get the $10,000 to help, again, unlock your next stage of business growth. So to understand the timelines, so right now you would check to see if you're eligible, and we'll go through the FAQs. You would submit by July the 27th. And I did put the link for the application in the chat, but I'll post it again just for those that just came in. So they're going to do their application review, and then they're going to award grants I guess you get your letter of approval by August 17th. And then the mentorship program starts and goes until December 10th. So if they do grants at the end of the program, then people would be getting money in December. If they do it at the beginning of the program, you'd be getting money in August. So it didn't say specifically when they would roll out the money, but also keep that in mind. So some of the eligibility, so you do have to identify as a member of the BIPOC community. So Black, Indigenous, and people of color. Must be a Canadian citizen, a permanent resident of Canada, or hold valid authorization under Canadian Immigration and Refugee Protection Act. So you should be the founder, the owner, or hold a senior position within a privately held for-profit company, where the company is at least 50% owned by BIPOC owners or founders. So if you hold a senior position, the company still has to be owned by 50% BIPOC. Okay. So have business incorporated in Canada, where businesses primarily operate and managed in Canada. This is interesting because what this is saying is that your business should be incorporated. So keep that in mind. And I believe when they were putting together the questions, this question came up. And even if you've been operating as a sole proprietor and you decide to incorporate, you could then apply. But if you are not incorporated, you wouldn't be eligible for this grant. So it's something to consider, because after we talk about this grant, I do want to touch on the BBPA grant, which could help you with those costs to get incorporated and get your like tax filings and business plans and such completed.
Quick question. Sorry to
Yes.
If you are incorporated, but you haven't been actively using your incorporation, so let's say you had it in 2018, but you shelved it, are you still able to go ahead and apply, or is the assumption here that you're incorporating the same year that you're starting to work in this business? So can you use a shelved incorporation?
I would say yes. So the company that you use to apply would be the corporation, regardless if you whenever you incorporate it. So even if it hasn't been active, it might hurt some of the statistics that you put in. So like if you're talking about your revenue from last year, like that corporation might not have had revenue. So it's almost like it's a startup again. So you might want to position yourself as a startup.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And so your business must be currently active in the Canadian market or have been previously active in the Canadian market, which is interesting because previously active in the Canadian market. Yeah, and I guess you might have gone to the States, but I would focus on if you're active in the Canadian market, then you qualify. If you're currently in another country and used to be active in the Canadian market, technically that's what this says is okay, but I think it'd be hard for them to choose somebody that's not operating in the Canadian market. So keep that in mind. And then you could speak English or French. So I think it's bilingual. So just before I go into the FAQ, any questions that come to mind as we're reading through the eligibility? No? All right, cool. So we'll go through. They're talking about what is the blueprint. So the mentorship and grant program, 15-week virtual program.
Ryan, I have a question.
Yes.
Why is the revenue requirement so high? It says $500,000.
Oh, so it's 500,000 or less.
Okay. It's okay.
Yeah, so you can have a max. Yeah, I didn't actually read that part. Sorry.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
So if you have more than 500,000, then you wouldn't qualify. All right. So yeah, the blueprint is talking about the mentorship, workshops, and the $10,000. What does the mentorship program entail? So you get workshops, small group sessions, one-on-one meetings with program mentors. It's going to be online. It runs for 15 weeks. And something that I asked when they were putting it together, so for everybody that applies, I think you still get access to the online learning. So they're going to pick 100 that get kind of the full program where you get the mentoring and the $10,000. But the virtual learning that they created for this, you would still get access to that. So I could actually check to see if that's still accurate. And then it's 15 weeks. It is on a part-time basis. So if you're working somewhere else and this business is, let's see what it says. Blueprint participants can still work on their business full-time while attending the workshops and meetings required to complete the program. So if a participant cannot attend a live workshop, recordings will be available, but they must be able to commit 2 hours per week. So if you do work full-time and are running your business, if you can still commit the 2 hours per week, I don't think that would keep you from being able to apply. But I would assume they want to see that you're working on your business full-time and not just kind of a side business. So who is eligible? So we walked through this already. And they added to it. So commitment to participate, understanding of opportunities for growth, intended to use the funds and illustrate grant impact, challenges that have been addressed in the course of running or starting the business. I skipped that part. So preference is given to applicants that demonstrate their commitment, an understanding of opportunities for growth, the intended use of funds, and they illustrate the grant impact, challenges that have been addressed in the course of running or starting a business, and understanding of existing competitors and their industry's landscape. So these are things that you would get from your business plan. So if you haven't done this type of analysis, people that have done the analysis are going to get preference, and those that have not, it's going to go against your application. Okay, so it shows which industries and business types are not eligible, so ineligible. So any government agency or crown corporation, public administration, nonprofit or charitable organization, or political organization of any type. So for those, I did get a couple emails asking if this grant is for nonprofits. It is not. So this is for-profit organization or for-profit businesses only. And then, so they're saying businesses engaged in any illegal activity, any business that is primarily in the business of manufacturing, promoting or selling tobacco, firearms, or other weapons. I wonder if that includes cannabis. It doesn't explicitly say cannabis, so I would think if you're in a cannabis business, you should be okay. But if they're against tobacco, they might also be against cannabis. So I would ask the question just to see if you are in the cannabis industry, you might want to get clarification. So businesses which derive directly or indirectly more than a minimum gross revenue from the sale of products, services, or the presentation of any depictions or displays. Okay, so if you're in the porn industry or close to it, you wouldn't qualify. Franchises not founded in Canada or not founded or run by the applicant or have over 10 franchisees. Because if you have over 10 franchisees, most likely your revenue is over 500,000. All right. All right, sorry about that. Let's see. So businesses, private clubs, and memberships would limit the number of memberships for reasons other than capacity or applicable regulations due to COVID-19. I guess businesses that have memberships that are restrictive. Okay. So I didn't.
Subscription, probably. Subscription?
Type business. But if you're a business that has a subscription box, I think you'd be okay. But if you have membership or subscription to the business, that's interesting. I've never seen that in an application before. But yeah, I guess if it's like a private club, but they're incorporated as a for-profit, private clubs wouldn't qualify. All right, so, here's the question about incorporation. So I haven't yet registered or incorporated my business. So can I apply for the blueprint? To be selected to participate, your business must federally, provincially, or territorially incorporate. So if the status of your business incorporation changes before the application deadline, you are still welcome to apply. While American Express cannot provide business advice, please feel free to check out the resources linked below that might help you. So it's about corporation or Service Ontario Corporation. So if you're not incorporated right now, to apply for this grant, you would need to get incorporated between now and July 27th when the deadline ends. So you'd have a month or just over a month.
Do they mean the business number or the actual incorporation? When it said provincially, that's what threw me off, that maybe they meant the business number.
Right. So this wouldn't be a sole proprietorship. It would be incorporated.
Got it.
So yeah, you can do province or federal So it has to be one of the two. All right, so how do I apply? So the link, actually, I was supposed to grab the link for everyone again. So I'll put this into the chat so that you have it. So this is where we're gonna go after to see what the application actually looks like. Is there a participation fee? No, and sorry, the application is due by July 27th, midnight Eastern. No fees to participate. What support will I receive if I am accepted? So you receive all the elements of the mentorship, individualized supports, which includes assigned program lead from DMZ, who will ensure you have access to all available resources, answer question, provide guidance. Okay, so I was gonna say, like, why don't they answer if you're not selected, but it's down a bit further. So the blueprint is gonna run virtually. The selection process will happen between July 27th and August 17th. So applications are open from now to July 17th, July 22nd. Did I say August? Yeah. So application is open from now to July 27th. The review will be done between July 27th and August 17th. All right. So for applicants moving on to the second stage, a staff member from DMZ will reach out via email and schedule an interview where we will ask applicants to confirm details of their business and answer outstanding questions. So it's not a direct approval. There would be a second stage where they've kind of reviewed your application and then they're going to be contacted by August 17th to find out more about your business. And then I think they would select the last 100. So that second stage might be, I don't know, 200 people, maybe even 500, and they would do a second interview. They do some sort of interview to then choose the 100 afterwards. Okay, so this answers our other question where it says the selected participants will receive a grant letter by August 17th. So if you're getting the letter on August 17th or by August 17th, that means a second stage of questioning is going to happen between July 27th and August 17th. So somewhere in between there, you would get notified that you're going to the second stage, and then they would ask you the questions. And then by August 17th, you would get your grant letter and will receive their grants by August 31st. So that answers our other question. You actually get the money right when the program starts, not at the end of the program.
And I think that would make sense, Ryan, in a sense, throughout the mentorship, they'll teach you how to use the funding.
That, like, yeah, because waiting to the end wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
So that's good to see that it's in writing. You don't have to guess on that. All right, and so what happens if not selected? All eligible applicants will still receive access to the learning platform. So the learning platform includes the content and advice from subject matter experts and seasoned entrepreneurs. And if you're not selected for the 2021 program, you may have the opportunity to reapply for future programs as long as, again, you meet the criteria. And from what they mentioned, it did look like it was going to be a yearly program, maybe even more frequent than that, but at minimum yearly. So keep a lookout for that. All right, so how's personal information being used? Solely for the purpose of administering the program. And with your permission, the application is designed to collect the information, establish eligibility, and to facilitate the planning and implementation of equitable and relevant blueprint program activities. So they do have a privacy policy, and American Express has a privacy policy. So if you did want to read those, they are available. And how's the program funded? So the Blueprint membership program made possible by a grant from American Express Foundation. Additionally, American Express Canada is contributing $1 million in grants to be dispersed to 100 selected participants. So the DMZ received a grant from American Express Foundation to run the program, and also American Express Canada is contributing $1 million to disperse in grants to the attendees or the participants. All right, who's administering the program? The DMZ is administering both the mentorship program and the grants. And I'm a member of the news media and want to learn more. Members of the news media interested in learning more about the blueprint, backing BIPOC businesses should email their inquiries to AMEX Blueprint. So perhaps we should email and say, could you have partnered with a Black organization to administer the loan? Since our logo's there, maybe we could have got some funding too, but I digress. So we can now jump into the application, but I will pause, see if there's any questions before we dive in. Feel free to unmute, fire away, or we can dive in. All right. I have a question for you, Ryan. Oh, what's that? My question is, if I was going through this application, is there anybody that can help me with the process? The answer is yes. If you are going to go through this process and you feel like it'll be overwhelming, please reach out to us. We do offer grant writing support and also business planning support. So if completing your business plan would help you get this done, please reach out. If you're able, I think it's pretty straightforward. So if you already have these questions somewhere saved, like if you've been to our other sessions and you've started creating your grant writing blueprints, you should have a lot of these questions already. If not, and this is new to you, please touch base. So did somebody unmute? Did you want to ask a question? All right, all good. All right, let's see if we can fire through this. So it's gonna ask you contact info. Let me make this all complete. Let's see. Oops. How do you describe yourself? Man, woman. Okay. Man, Canadian citizen. Yes. Do you identify as a member of Black, Indigenous, or people of color? Yes. Can you check all that apply? It looks like you can check all that apply. Oh, North American too. All right, so company name, website, number of full-time team members, part-time, percentage. So is the company at least 50% owned? Yes. What type of business is it? It's not there. But business services? These are very limited options. Let's say other. If other, we are in automotive. Location, Brampton. Does your business rely on bricks and mortar? No. Is it incorporated? Yes. Federal incorporation number. These people, where's my stuff? Hold on. Wait, do they want the incorporation number? The federal incorporation number. Okay, so that's the incorporation number. Is your business provincially, territory? No. If it's no, do I need to answer this? Let's just put it just in case. Let's see. Provincial to. Okay, just put the same number.
Hi, Ryan, I have a question. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for hosting this this information session. I have a question. I may have missed this. You may have answered it before I got to join, but when they say they want the business to be incorporated, does that include sole proprietorship, or they mean specifically incorporation?
Yeah, for this one, it is specifically incorporation. So if you're a sole proprietor, they would want you to incorporate before applying.
Okay. And another question, when will we be informed of results, or just like if we didn't get it, we won't hear anything?
That is actually a good question, because I know they did say they would inform people that made to the second stage that they had additional questions. Typically, they would send out like a decline letter. I applied for different DMZ programs before, and they would tell you, it's like, okay, you weren't selected, but here's a link to other resources that you can go through. So either or, I think they would say yes or no.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So if you have social media handles and links, not limited to LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. So yeah, you can put the links here. Is your business currently active in the Canadian market? Yes. Is your company full-time commitment for at least one of your co-founders? Yes. How much funding have you received? I received 30,000. Oh, that's a source. So the source was well, actually that was TD. So TD loan, 30,000. Oh wait, actually that wasn't TD. That was Alterna Savings Credit Union. And that was 45,000. To add, then you can add family. Gave me 7,000. And who else gave me money? TD. Gave me 30,000. All right. How did you hear about the blueprint? Organization Association, ACBN Canada. So you can put that in there. Picture your company in 100 words or less. All right. Waters mobile card service after home or office. Also sell plant-based eco-friendly. Oops. Oops. Proud of is our youth entrepreneurship training program that works with accountability. All right, 100 words or less. So technically, this should be in your blueprint that I was just talking about. But for now, you can put it in a little Google Keep, because that elevator pitch, every application is going to ask you for it, you know. So brief bio, don't have your bio, you can grab your bio. I don't think I have a brief bio though. Let's see what we have. Oops. Second bio. This works.
Ryan, in a bio, then you can be, if they don't want to know where you were born, where you went to school, they just want to know business related information for your specific business. Is that the bio they're
Yes,
looking
exactly.
for? Okay, thank you.
And use this section to really brag about yourself. Do not be shy. Actually, it has more space, so I'm going to put more. Yeah, I wonder how much words that is. So this is about 343 words. So I would think it's 500 words you have for this section. Revenue year to date. Revenue this year is not great. What is it? Please explain your revenue stream and pricing models. So, mobile auto detailing service.
If you're changing your revenue stream a bit, like in my situation, I can't host buses from the US. So I'm changing up what I do. What would I put in there? What I did do or what I'm gonna do?
I would put what you're going to do.
Okay.
Yes. But then what you did
And then
do,
just reference what I did briefly.
yeah, because that would help explain like the industry you're in.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. What are some major accomplishments you have achieved in your business so far? Oh, okay. Selective. Oh, did I already say that in my bio? Let me see. Yeah, here we go. Top 40 under 40, Business Excellence Award. Yes, this works. But of course, since you have more characters to use, I would put more information here. What hurdles and challenges have you faced in building your business, and how have you addressed them? When working on vehicles, people come up to my employees and thinking that they, oh yeah, actually, my white employees. Should I put my white employees? Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Business owner and not me. When going to the bank and trying to cash any check over 1,000, over 10,000, and being treated like a criminal instead of a business. Trying to navigate how. Actually, I won't say that one. I think that's good for now. And again, you can go deeper into the actual, hurdles that you've had in your business. I was just putting this as an example because this is what I think of when I'm like dealing with day-to-day stuff. Outline the competitors. So for this one, I would pull this from your business plan. But again, who's our competitors? So but in our business plan, we actually have the breakdown. Oh, that one. Let's see what we put. I hear my computer getting hot. Are you still with me? Did my computer kick me out of Zoom?
No, you're good. We're still here.
All right. Excellent. Competition. All right. So business plan. Let's see who we put in here. Washley, Fine Details, Cody. How would we put our SWOT into this? So somehow you'd want to figure out how to get the SWOT analysis to this section so you can talk about why. Oh, actually, maybe if I do this. How does that look? Strengths. see, for this section, it would be easier if they just told you to upload your business plan, because these answers would be in there.
Maybe that's some feedback you can give them, because that's a waste of people's time, you know, when you're trying to do a bunch of these things, right?
Exactly. Actually, let me see. Do they ask you to upload your business plan anywhere? I don't think they do. I will send that feedback. Thank you. Because yeah, it's pretty much.
Here's a suggestion. Why not just wherever it asks a question, just say see business plan and just have attached it. You know what I mean?
No.
Like see business plan attached.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. But some people will say, well, if you don't have time to write it in there, then I don't have time to review your application.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
That's true.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yep.
So yeah, no.
And they're going to say, we don't have time to read your attachment. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
But hey, it doesn't hurt to put it there. So it's like, hey, I'll put the Cole's
You could
notes.
also include it. You could also include it.
Like see the full business plan. So using a link, like if you upload it to Google Drive, you can just grab the link, so at least they have it. All right.
So you also need to remember something too, Ryan, like right now with a lot of the cybersecurity things, most people will not open a link or an attachment. So you have to be pretty clear with that.
True.
So you might miss out.
Yeah, so I would suggest doing both, where answer the question, but then you can put a link, and hey, if they check it out, they check it out, but don't skip it and only put the link. All right, so all companies applying to the Blueprint program must describe in detail what they plan on accomplishing during the 15-week program. This will be used as a reference to measure your progress in future check-ins. Please outline your goals and approximate timelines below. All right, so I would like to finalize our private label products for manufacturing and sale. So the 15-week program is going to start August 31st. That I want to get done by September. Revenue plan. How are you going to acquire your customers? Creating social media channels for our products in each of our territory licensees. I think I spelled that wrong. Oh, Google says it's fine. All right, so that I want to get done by October. No, that's too late. When did I say this one? 24th? October 1st. Funding, grant, and goals. Secure $500,000 investment to produce product inventory. Oh, I like that one. How do I copy that? No, you can't copy it. All right. Secure additional funding to create marketing strategy to sell new line of products within Canada and the US.
May I suggest to give a specific amount, because it could be 5,000 as opposed to 500,000.
Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I wonder if I could hurt it or make it better.
Big bucks.
Go big, man. Go big.
Go big, yeah. But don't pass 500.
Yes. So that would be by November. I'll use theirs. Revenue goals. Okay. So what kind of revenue should we have? Say 100,000. Oops. December.
Ryan, I meant to ask you for this one, do we want to talk about our international? Like I noticed they were making a lot of reference to Canada. Do we want to say that our goal is to work with the US, or is this the time maybe not to go there?
I would include it because it would help with you scaling up.
Right.
Cool. So I would include it. And especially like Melloney was saying earlier, if you are thinking of expanding into other countries, join. Melloney, did you put that in the chat, the link to the World Cup thing?
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to put my LinkedIn connection as well, too, just in case if someone wants to ask more questions or whatever. Is that okay, Ryan?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Dad won't let me have the cookie.
All right. Are there any other cookies?
No.
Okay, I'll make one for you, okay?
There's icing and sprinkles.
Okay, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 2 more questions. What are you hoping to gain from, oh, wait, we didn't give a team goal. Upskill our 4 employees to fine-tune operations and hire 2 dedicated staff. When should we do that by?
Hey, Ryan.
Yes.
Ryan, can you make me a cookie too, please?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm taking requests. What kind of cookie? I only have limited skills.
Peanut butter. Thanks.
Oh no. I don't like peanut butter cookies. I can't subscribe to that. All right. So what are you hoping to gain from the blueprint?
That's bad, man. You can do it, bud. You can do it.
All right. So what are we really hoping to learn? Actually, for you, I will try. Let's see. Next 4 months. Okay. So we have access to mentors and 10 grand. What can we do with mentors and 10 grand? So do the program.
Can I say something about the business plan?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, so, I don't think anybody's the master of business plans, but I got mine made through Fiverr. Very good job. And gave them the stuff, gave them all my research, everything I had, and then gave it to them. And then they put it together for me, and it got back to me. And I just made some different changes here and there, but they actually gave me a really nice framework of the business plan with everything. So to be honest with you, like most people are not like that. So if you want to do is you post it on Fiverr, tell them what you want. People will grab it. The pick was it was probably like, it was like $300 I got it done, and it was done.
Okay, right.
And then I just changed the words. They gave me like business plan with the Excel spreadsheet too as well. So I can change the numbers, put stuff in there for the EBITDAs and stuff like that. So anybody wants to know, I can give that information to them too. I can show them my business plan, what we did, but nobody's a master at that. So if you want to know.
Yeah, but helping with just the framework of it and putting things together and organized, I think that's a great option.
Yeah, I'm not going to, again, it's all about time management, right? It's all about driving revenue to your business. So I'm not good at writing business plans, but I'm good at finding revenue and finding opportunities. That's more important to me, right? So pay somebody $300, get it done, and then you can always put it down and say, listen, I got to change that number, put in this and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's
you can edit it after.
Just my thoughts. So I can show you that, Ryan, and whoever else. If I get on a Zoom call, I can walk you through it, but then I can also give you the person that did it for me, and then go from there. Just right. That's just my thoughts.
Love that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, feel free to share your contact info in the chat because anybody wants to follow up.
Yeah.
All right. So this one, I'll expand on that question. And then if selected for a blueprint, How would receiving $10,000 impact your business? Ooh. Receiving 10,000. Actually, I would love to hear.
So
how would $10,000
it wouldn't impact your business, right? Because it would, but it's not really gonna help you, right? Because if you're a company that needs compliance or you need marketing, you're gonna spend $2,000-3,000 in marketing, working capital, products, right? Social accountability, documents and incorporation. So it's not really helping you. It's helping you to get the framework, but it's not gonna really get you over the hump, right? Like depends on if you're.
But then that's what you'd want to explain. Is like, how does it help you get to that next milestone?
Right. And so that's
probably a roadmap then.
Yeah.
If you could probably put in like a roadmap or something of the sort, because if you have a business that's anything that's online, you should identify like any cybersecurity type things. Because a lot of things that most people forget. Ryan, while you're doing that, I'm just gonna drop 2 cents in here for a bit, is that a lot of small businesses, the reason why some businesses miss out on opportunities like to bid for, procurement type things. I think most people on this call can bid for a lot of the procurement opportunities, but what we miss is insurance. So a lot of these procurement offices will ask for cybersecurity risk insurance or other insurance. There's a lot of companies that we work with, like True Shield Insurance. They do insurance for small businesses, and they're not expensive. So some of these things, you wonder why you may put in for a bid on Biddingo or bids and tenders or something like that. You don't get it. Could be something for, I remember there was a lady that she was talking about tours. It could be something that you could be going to the tourism board with and other tourism boards like within Canada and outside to say, hey, we offer these tours. Partner with someone that does maybe real travel type thing, and then even partner with companies that could send their co-workers or workers there. That's a good way to really lift your business. But they may say, do you have this and do you have that? So there's some really good hidden markets that we're not aware of it because people don't share that. And I think that's another thing, Ryan, you know me, that's a big thing that I like to talk about. As soon as somebody tells me something, I'm sharing it with everyone else, right? So those are some of the things I think we need to look at.
Melloney, I think you make a good point. Like, I don't think you're saying 10,000 will help your business go to make it the next best big thing. That's not what they're even there to do. Right. So they know 10,000 is not going to do much. But what you just said, it does do much work and reposition you.
Exactly. It's going to enable you to get to the next step. So if you say, on my roadmap that I need to have, say, like $2 million in cybersecurity. I need to have this in order to be qualified to bid on some of these opportunities here, or to co-partner and work with someone else. So say if you have a marketing, right? And there's a gentleman that was on the call and he says his products is in Staples. So say if you want to get your product in like Best Buy or something like that, in another institution, they may say, you need to do this, this, and this. But guess what? You may have someone on this call that you can partner with as a whole, go in under for a bigger contract, and because they will bypass somebody who has a small business, but they will accept you if you go in as co-leads together. So you get a better opportunity, and they're not missing you right away. They're not going to dismiss your request. They're going to say, oh, guess what? You know what? Hey, he's got like a sub. So the two of you will come in together, and that's something that I've been teaching people over the last 4 months or so, is opportunities that are missed because you see a bid and you're like, oh, I don't think I fit that qualification. Guess what? There's other businesses out there that you can work with and go in and go get, say, that $100,000 contract or $50,000 contract. You might not be able to get it by yourself, but you can get it together. And that way you both get to eat, right?
And you mind if I jump onto that too as well? So I'm gonna have the Staples, but I think also is if you guys have the CAMC certificate that I have, I try to go and partner with people. Hey, listen, by the way, you're losing out on this kind of business, right? Because you don't have this certificate. So I kind of use that as my jumping off point. And again, that's just me, right? And so
yeah.
And so
because you could be the lead for that because you have CAMC, right? So because CAMC, you can also go and get work in the US. So you can work with the minority Diversity Council in US and can say, guess what? You know, I can afford this, I can give you this, so let's work together. Or you want to go in for like maybe second tier partner with say GM
tier
or
two. Yep.
tier 2 partner, or
Yep.
maybe you want to do something else. So someone will come in as a main, you can come in as a sub, but you're all going to work together. You can bid for that bigger contract, right?
Right, because you want to get to the tier, you want to get to the tier 1 partner instead of the tier 2. So you come in as a tier 2 partner, hopefully you do the tier 1 and they get a great tax benefit back. Not so much in Canada, but in the States, right? So
yeah. But
right.
you don't want to be a sold tier 1 because that's craziness. That's just
that's craziness.
No, because that can cost you millions of dollars. Like, I mean, you want to be a partner for say someone like Walmart and delivering, and then you miss a shipment, you're SOL, to put it as nicely as possible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And exactly. And so that comes back to the compliance and all that kind of stuff, right? So that's where that money is, like get compliance stuff, partnering with Staples in the US and Canada. They take it over, but they still want you to do factory audits and compliance audits individually for your products and stuff like that. There's so much stuff that I've learned over the next little while here. So again, my phone number is there. I have information that I can share, and also if anybody else, I can pick their brain too in the marketing stuff, because again, sharing is caring, right? I think we're all in the same boat. We all need access to capital. What are the actionable items to get that funds into our account, and how we can grow the business and show people that we can do it, right? That's them feeling comfortable with everything, right? So anyways.
Sorry, Ryan, I had a quick question. Are the funds limited to services product, or can it be used on capital cost? I noticed that there was no mention of that.
Yeah, so it looks like it's unrestricted.
Okay.
So they didn't put any specific parameters around what you can use the money for.
Right, and the reason I asked that is because in the food space, I mean, $10,000 can go quite a long way. So, plus the mentoring services attached to that, but I just wanted clarification. Thank you.
For sure. So you'll notice that I'm taking all of my answers and then putting them into some sort of document that you can now, because when you hit submit, and I've seen it happen where, hold on, everything erases. And then you would have to remember everything that you said. And usually the second time is not as good as the first time. So all of these answers that we put into these boxes, you want to save them. I mean, this one's kind of in our bio already. What are hurdles? I was going to expand on this. Nobody's ever asked me this question before. So I'm just using, I like Google Keep. Actually, I'll put this down here.
Ryan, what is it about Google Keep that you like?
Transferring information from my phone to the computer. So typically there's something on my computer that I want to text to somebody. So when I put it into Google Keep, you can just you open it on your phone and copy the link, or you open it on your computer and copy the link. I know WhatsApp now, they have the online, and I've been using that, but you can't WhatsApp yourself. You have to add somebody else, or you have to send it to somebody. So it doesn't make for a good place to keep notes.
And then Google Keep. All day. That's the only thing I talk about. I always say, this is not a chat for you. This is me talking to myself.
Yeah, talking to myself. Yeah, mine is called self-talk, and somebody's in there, and I'm like, ignore everything that I say in here. I just needed somebody to send messages to.
So my son knows never to ever answer me back, ever.
So how does that compare? So how does Google Keep compare then to the WhatsApp?
Well, because with Google Keep, you see how you can have different notes. And so WhatsApp, it would all be one string of notes. So if I'm talking about ACBN or Detail Ignites or Service Kingdom, when I want information about ACBN, my note about that is here. If I want information on DK, My notes on those are here. In WhatsApp, you'd have to scroll all the way up to find, and it wouldn't be in order. So that's where I like Google Keep just organizes all my thoughts a lot better.
Quick question. If you've got more than one business that's incorporated, can you apply for both, or is it just one per person?
Ooh, that is a really good question. Let's ask them. Who can we ask that question to? For questions related, let's ask the question. Oops. Oh no, what did I do?
And the reason why I ask that is that it may seem like you're being greedy, but based on your industry, you may not want to house everything under one. So for instance, I'm in legal, and it's always advisable that you have your law stuff, but you also have something else. God forbid anything happen with your law license, your practice, any allegations, that's your entire paycheck. So if you're doing something, you want to have something separate. Curious if that's possible.
The one thing I think that they would push back on is that since you're going through the mentoring, you'd have to pick one business to get mentored in. You wouldn't be able to get mentored in two unless in the other business somebody else is representing. Then they'd be able to go through the mentoring and you'd be able to go through it for the other business.
Okay, okay.
But let's see what they say. Inquiry. All right, where was I? So we were just about to hit submit. Let's see. Nope, not on that one. Was it here? I feel like I should add more to this. Hold on. What hurdles have you faced? And again, if anybody needs to jump off, don't let me hold you hostage. The recording, I will send it out to everybody. But that was the entire breadth of the application. Now it's just taking your answers, making sure that you save it somewhere, and then hitting submit. Oh, I copied that already. Hold on. So these are my answers. But I want to add to this. So what hurdles and challenges have you faced?
Lack of capital, racism, confidence.
Yeah,
right?
financial, systemic
Yeah.
barrier, lack of
we all-
representation, lack of access, lack of funding.
Yeah, we all have the same. Like, we all should, for that answer,
We should just all write one.
We should just like we all should say the same thing. There's not one person here. Like, we're all access that capital, confidence. This racism. Like, it's all the same, right? Like, there's nothing different. And if there is, you let me know because, no. Promises, right?
I love that.
Overpromise, underdeliver. Yeah.
Lack of capital.
Ryan, I would also mention our ability to be creative, that we've been able to work around these challenges as well, to demonstrate that it, as much as it has hampered us, we've still found ways to launch these businesses, but not to the level where we would like to see it.
Exactly. Oops. right one? Oh, yeah. And you'll notice that like the notes platform on your phone, it has a limit. And Google Keep, I don't think does have a limit. So another reason why I like Google Keep, just throw it up there. I wanted to expand on this one. So what are we hoping to gain by being in this mentorship program? Why is this so important?
I think
So
it's the confidence, right?
A suggestion there, Ryan, that what we ask for is something that's qualitative, that can be measured, so that when you go in, you can have a benchmark to know, okay, this is where I've improved. So whether it's financial acumen, whether it's distribution knowledge, whether it's the ability to prepare cash projections, make it quantifiable, because that's measurable.
Hold on. Oh, you're saying create like actionable or tangible
items, actionable items.
I like that. Actually, I like that for this too. Alright. I'm not liking that this thing is red. Why is it red? Okay, the moment of truth. We're gonna submit. Hold on, I didn't copy this. Jeez. Alright, let's see what it says. Please check the captcha. It won't let me check the captcha. This video is required. Ladies and gentlemen, I broke the box. Oh, how did you reset it? Am I like going crazy?
That's a sign, Ryan. You know that means don't do it, bro.
It's a bit like the government website.
Okay, hold on. All right, so I'm afraid to hit. I have to refresh. Don't I have to refresh? I think I have to refresh. This is crazy.
Sucker. Good job, bud.
Conrad, don't you feel he shouldn't do it? That's a sign,
No,
right?
I wouldn't do it, man. I wouldn't do it.
No, that's a sign. God's blocking that.
Yeah, I would. You know what? To be honest with you, I would wait. I would save it or screenshot it.
Yeah, God's
Screenshot
blocking that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I saved all the questions and answers.
Yeah. Then
so I'll come back to it another day.
Go for it, man. Good luck.
Yeah.
Hope you don't get it. I hope you're like the 101th person, and I'm the 100th person. Just FYI.
Whatever.
They should give you a number, right? 99, right?
Yes.
Number 99, sucker, right? That's all I'm saying. Right?
Well, we heard about it from
yeah, right? I'll love it more, but I want that
Hey,
money.
I will humbly accept that. If
Yeah,
all 30 people that are on this call get it, and I get to watch you guys go through it, I'll be happy. That'd be great.
Sure. Yeah, sure. I'm a sore loser, bud. I'm a sore loser. Never mind.
It was a great exercise, Ryan. Thank you.
Yeah, this is business, bud.
100%.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we can wrap up there. You saw what it looks like. I feel like you can get it done within one sitting. If you do get stuck, again, reach out and happy to support where I can. But so good having everyone on.
Yep.
Hey, we'll find some more grants and do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. And this time, like, we can do somebody else except for you.
Hey, if you want to do the next one.
I'm kidding.
That Campsie one, we need a walkthrough.
Yeah, so I've done that already. That's the Campsie is a hard. Yeah, Campsie is more difficult than getting the bank loan, actually, to be honest with you. But it's good to do it, right? It's good to do it.
Yeah. So, and hey, Bernadette, I saw you pop in.
Hey, Ryan, how you doing?
I'm good.
Always doing some great stuff for us. Thank you so much. And I don't know the other people on the line doing the work, but excellent, excellent. My goodness, you guys are amazing.
But let people know about the business that you're running.
Oh, I'm Sankofa African Gifts, so I sell all things African. I have my great African shirt on representing our African icons here in Nova Scotia. So djembe drums, clothing, jewelry. I got a great Father's Day promotion going on with #1 Dad. You know, the Black Dope Father, Black Fathers Matter. So Father's Day is happening here, getting ready for Emancipation Day in Juneteenth. So yeah, I like to do all things African. So thank you.
Yeah, I'm on.
Love it. All right. Oh, Janice, did you have your hand up? Or was that from before?
Oh, that was from before. Thanks.
All right. And Deidre, I saw you had your hand up. Was that from before? Did you get to ask your question?
It was from before. I did just ask a new question. And just going back to, I guess, the ethics of the foundations that are providing the grants. I would have loved to maybe put it as a poll. Does it play a minor or major role in your consideration of applying for grants?
That's a great question, Deidre.
Just because I noticed that American Express is the foundation for this grant in particular.
Yes.
And American Express is a major stockholder in a number of private prisons in the US that also are also holders of major Black populations of our juveniles who are also in the adult population as well. So that I think that's a specific consideration to keep in mind of the formalized way of slavery that still exists.
Do you mind if I kind of answer that? I think it's a great question. Just remember, like, I hate to say this, but it's politics, right? Like everybody's like, every major company is out there doing it, right? So no matter what you're doing with Staples or HP or American Express, they all got something to do with the Black person keeping down or redlining, no matter what. The difference is you have to play the game and then become the game, right? That's it. So I'll pretend I'm a white guy to get that couple $100,000 so I can pay my employees and change it, right? Because again, people like their own color, right? But if we get our own businesses and help each other out, then we can grow and change the game, right? So yeah, if you look at any company in the States, it's all built on Black people, regardless. And that's it. And Canada. So to be honest, you got to play that game. You're just giving us $10,000. That's great. They should give a lot more.
Exactly. And it's tough because the deeper you dig into history, everybody has a checkered past. Like Connor was saying, like everything was built off our backs.
Right.
So now, okay, yeah, we can play the game. But I like the question that you posed is, does that even factor into when we go into these different programs or different applications? Are we looking at, okay, what is the track record of this organization and should we even be supporting it? But they should also hear from us, because for those that don't support it, they should hear why. And it shouldn't just be that those people get ignored. We have this platform, the email's there, we can ask right away and be like, hey, what are you going to do about the other ways that you can support the Black community? So I think it's valid.
Yeah, because what I'm trying to do is if we get to AMEX, I want to sell my products to AMEX. So to be honest with you, I'm not doing it for the grant. I'm doing it to get a name and a number so I can sell into AMEX. I don't care about the grant. I want to sell my products and get like a contract for tier 1. So if you have a product or service, and it is good for Amex, then go for it, right? Like that's my thoughts. Go in it, and so you can use them to get something sold, so you can sell something for $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. Get a cleaning contract, get a promotional contract, whatever it is. Use them for your product. That's the reason I'm doing it. I'm not doing it for the $10,000 to get my pound of flesh, basically, right?
I hear you.
So I want to quickly add another thing to Deidre's point as well. One of the things that we've had in discussion, Deidre, as well, is that not so much the ethics of it, because as the gentleman before me said, there's this reality that there's this history that we're tainted by. But on a higher level, the greater concern is the people that are assessing these applications. Do they understand the lived experience of Black entrepreneurs? And are they going to be using the same benchmarks that they normally use for regular application, non-Black application? And that's the concern, because it's the assessors that we have to look at. Are these profs, are these people who are separated from our experiences, do not understand the challenges, or community-based or business? If they have no preconceived ideas, then we're back at square one. So it's really important for us to find out, who are these assessors? Who are these decision makers? Are they representative of us? And if so, Amex has got the message, and if not, they've missed the opportunity to make it right.
Janice, that's a great, unbelievable point. I love it, because we don't know whose the justifications are for the banks, right? Like, you have a great business plan, but if Mr. Smith doesn't like you, you're not going to get it no matter what. So that's a great point, Janice. So finding out who's on that board making the decision, right? Because when I applied for the FACE, I said to them, is the banks going to approve it, or is it FACE going to approve it? Because if it's the banks, don't even bother submitting it, because the justification hasn't changed the back end. We can't
We're right back to square one.
Square one, right? So that's a great point.
Yeah, so every funding application, every project that comes out, we must ask who is representing us and who are making these decisions, because this is where we've run into the problem time and time again. And if we don't change the mindset, the people that are making the decisions, then we're still pushing the rock up against the hill, as opposed to creating these spaces that everybody's saying access, diversity, and inclusion. And my rule is, and Ryan's heard me say this, diversity and inclusion must equal access. That is the equation. It's not, you cannot have one without the other.
Can I say 100%. I'm also very proud of this skin tone. However, I have also deeply considered stealth mode and who is representing me in the applications, and who I'm asking to represent me. Is it going to be a white person, a white assistant that will be putting in the application, being the face of the company?
I've struggled with that too, because my website when I first started did not have me on it, where it's like you just want to be anonymous, and you just show up to do the job, but you don't want it to be blocked just because they saw who was going to be coming. I need to add that to my answer.
I my two other business partners are white guys, and I'll be honest with you, it softens the blow, right? It softens the blow, because at the end of the day, we can be access and we need more money and access, but at the end of the day, that person, John Smith, is going to look at my business partner and go, I like Joey, I like Bastian, I can relate to him. So you got to play the game until you get what you want, right? Yes sir, no sir, but get that money so you can build it, right? But you got to play that game. I'm sorry, but that's the game,
and
right? That's the game.
I do apologize. I do have to jump on at 2:30. So everyone, thank you so much. Feel free, reach out if you need support. A follow-up email is going to come out with the recording. Good luck in the application. Let's get it in. Let's not miss it just because we didn't apply, and let's get that money.
And Ryan, how do we contact you? I'm supposed to call you about something else anyways. Email or?
Well, WhatsApp. WhatsApp's good.
I sent you one.
Okay, cool. Or just respond to the email that I send out.
Great job.
My pleasure. You want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye. Yes. All right. I'll see everyone later.
Well done.